Start with metal. Me, thanks. But I prefer fish. Okay, what about crystals? Guess I could give you... Alright, you want to give me a clue game? Usually I give him 3 treasures and I don't hit the right one and you just tell me. Maybe this guy's really into flowers. Oh. I forgot to do this. Trainer of the Toyotomi, young officer, his protege, blah, 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 blah. He often played the role of peacemaker. Additionally, he was helpless before Lady Nene. He likes animals. Which is weird, because you can give him animal skins. You can't give him animals. At least I don't think you can. Yeah, so we can give him, like, pelts and stuff. I heard you like pelts, so here's... I heard you like animals, so here's a bunch of dead rabbits. Oh, that's exactly what I wanted. How did you know? You're making me blush. Oh, damn it. Giving him one more, I would have gotten 6 of whatever his cool gift is. Sokolov. And he gives you silkworms. Who cares? He can now accompany me on exploration trips. Mmm, delicious. So talking to any of these guys advances the story. Oh, Mitsunari gives us Sanada coins, though. A crafty and untrustworthy man. The fact that the Sanada have pledged allegiance to Lord Hideyoshi is commendable, but a man described as devious and untrustworthy must not be trusted, on account of him being devious. This is the term Mitsunari Ishida used to refer to Masayuki Sanada. Although many considered him to be untrustworthy, it also held strong connotations of respect due to Masayuki's ability to survive being surrounded by the powerful Tokugawa, Uesugi, and Hojo clans, and on the ability of his cunning and tactics. It was actually intended as a compliment. Mitsunari Ishida. Extremely talented. Actions must count arrogance. Conversely, places high level trust in those who got to know his real nature. He was even openly cautious towards Masayuki Sanada at first, but eventually. Yeah, Mitsunari, like, the Samurai Warriors games tend to talk about how on the inside he was a nice guy and just was rough and abrasive and difficult to communicate his emotions. The history basically says he was just kind of an asshole, and he pissed off all of the people who potentially could have helped him to not get defeated. Our actions thus far cannot be easily justified. Certainly, however, do not misunderstand me, dumbass. I'm not merely accusing him of deceit and perfidiousness. I admire his ability to survive under pressure from great powers on all sides. Master Mitsunari, as long as that ability is used for the sake of the Toyotomi from now on, there will be no problem. Remember that. Also, give me gifts. I should write something down about the devious and untrustworthy man. I'm going to jump straight to treasure with you. Well, if you insist. Okay. Now I'll go to metal. Present me with something you know I like. I admire your boldness. Never mind, I should have started with metal. Marines made out of metal marines. Presenting me with something you know I like. Nice. And he gave me 12 apples. And he can now accompany me on exploration trips. Alright, well, what are you looking at? What is it with her? What is the matter, Master Masanori? You think the princess could do something about her attitude? Oh, they're talking about me advancing it. I guess I'll just listen and take some water here. Is the princess's Nene? I don't know. Because they're asking if the princess can do something about her, but maybe she's the princess. I've got a weird echo effect going because of my water bottle. It's great. Oh, I can stop autoplay. Stop this at once. Gossiping like a bunch of fishwives. One of you should be out there catching a carp to assist Yukimura on his quest. Yeah, what are you talking about, Mitsunari? I heard you complain to the boss about her attitude just the other day. Nevertheless, she is very precious to Lord Hideyoshi. We must treat her with the same respect. Come to think of it, I heard you know Lady Cha-Cha when she was younger, Yukimura. Was she always as difficult as she is now? Why am I talking like Hideyoshi? Was she always as difficult as she... No, I'm talking like, I'm talking like a character from another OP over here. I had a brief moment of him talking like Zell there. Yeah, was she always as difficult as she is now? No, I mean, she was strong-willed to be sure, but I would not say she was difficult at all. You shared like 2 lines of dialogue with her. So then, it must be that she hates Lord Hideyoshi for what he did to her family. Yep. That's true. He did burn him alive. Yep. I don't know. I've had enough of the whole thing, Yukimura. We're leaving her up to you, alright? I'm talking like Hideyoshi again. Yeah, be careful. That lady likes to jump right out on the battlefield with no warning. If you're going to look after her, be aware. Even when she was young, she was very dynamic. I will take care. Thank you, Lesser Masanori. Well, you don't have to thank me. I really didn't do anything. But you can present me with gifts if you'd like. I was really hoping metal would be his favorite. I got lots of copper ore because I don't really do anything with the power-up that it requires, apparently. You like flowers? It seems unlikely that flowers were his favorite, but... Here's a cucumber. You know what you can do with it. He likes bugs. Of course he does. Why wouldn't he like bugs? It's a nice plump worm for you there, Masanori. For me, it's exactly what I wanted. Bang on. You're such a good sort. And I got 9 dandelions. Sadly, I mean, we might have like Nobunaga or Nohime out on these missions. That's not a thing I get to do. The Toyotomi are a little ... For the sake of the Azai. Oh crap! I didn't think talking to him would advance things. So you are Yukimura Sanada? I am Takatora Toto. I've been with Yoshitsugu here since our time with the Azai clan, and I'm a handsome devil. Pleased to make your acquaintance, Master Takatora. So you both serve the Azai? Indeed. And then his ears fall off. Then you must know Lady Cha-Cha well. Since she was very young, yes. We know her better than anyone, which is to say we barely know her. Have you met Lady Cha-Cha then? Yes. She showed up during his audience with Lord Hideyoshi. She was much the same as always. Of course she was. He killed her parents. There's no way she could ever forgive that. Yeah, it's kind of rough. Well, did he kill her parents? I mean, he was fighting with Nobunaga's army when her father was killed. He's indirect. He's pretty much responsible for Oichi's death, yes. Because, Oichi got married to Katsuie, and for whatever reason, she didn't go down with the ship when Nagamasa died. And Katsuie doesn't really get talked about in this game, but when he married her and then it was his turn to die, she decided to go down with him. By that logic, where would that place us? Oh, you're traitors. Is Lady Cha-Cha still close to the former members of the Azai clan, then? Well, no. They just got done, like, looking at each other with embarrassment about the fact, oh, I never noticed that, Otani's logo there is, like, 2 moths. Quite the opposite. She thinks we're assholes. Oh, Yukimura says, she's very perceptive. What do you mean? If we were to gather under the old Azai name, we would be seen as a clique. That would create unnecessary friction, so we need lubricant. You mean she keeps her distance to prevent such an impression from taking root? No, she just thinks they're assholes. Plus, there are those among us who would be grief-stricken to see her visage. She looks so like her father. Her father was very feminine. You think? I've never worried about that. I see, but doesn't that mean Lady Cha-Cha's lonely as shit? That's right, she's always on her own. She turns her back to anyone and everyone. Oh, poor Cha-Cha. Her pride and haughtiness have reminded me a little of Nobunaga. Of course, she's also a monstrous demon woman who wants to destroy the temples. ... But you're different to everyone else here. Excuse me? We have to be very careful about how we behave, but you are free. Perhaps you can be one to unlock her heart. Okay. I'm not sure exactly what you mean. It means we have great expectations of you. Now go walk off your great expectations. It means we have great expectations of you is what it means, dummy. What kind of people were Master Nagamasa Azai? Oh, never mind. This is the speaker. I'll tell you exactly what kind of man he was. He was Cha-Cha's father. Daimyo of Northern Omi, handsome, brave, and strong. Came into conflict with Nobunaga, sided against him, and got eliminated. And he was part of my favorite cinematic in the entire history of the Warrior series. Well, there's some from Dynasty Warriors 5 I really like, but I'm a big fan of the cinematic from Samurai Warriors 2 in Mitsuhide Akechi's story mode, where Nagamasa kills himself, because that is the actual scene, which is the source of Mitsuhide, what do you desire? Yeah. Cha-Cha watched that, by the way, apparently. Cha-Cha's mother decided to side with Nagamasa's idealism against her brother. Following Nobunaga's death, she was married to Katsuie. After he fell, she sent Cha-Cha to be with Hideyoshi and died alongside her husband. They were both very honorable. They were the ideal... ... This guy's a retainer of the Toyotomi. He adored Hidanaga for his fair praises of his ability. But he blamed Hideyoshi Toyotomi for the fall of the Azai clan and did not have a favorable impression of them. He always remained calm and collected, but he apparently took a great interest in his former master's daughter, Cha-Cha. Creepy. Master Takatora. They both possessed souls that were too gentle for the terrible times which we lived, that is all. I see. Anyway, time for me to give you gifts.
Yes.
You're really going to give me this? I owe you. I own you. Oh, what the hell? Let's go whole hog here.
Yes.
Hopefully he gives us something good. He gave us 25 loaches. Not that good. He can now accompany us on exploration trips. Not that good. Are you taken aback, Yukimura? The house of the Toyotomi is a little unusual, isn't it? Well, I was going to say your face and the fact that parts of it keep falling off. Yeah, he has leprosy. Well, they actually mentioned that here. He was a retainer of the Toyotomi, known by the names Kinosuke and Gyobu, originally served the Azai. After the demise of the Azai, Toyotomi, incredible aptitude for strategy. I would like to entrust him with 1 million troops. Creed was always to follow the flow of the times. He was a close friend of Mitsunari. Often gave him rather blunt advice when the situation called for it. Somewhat aloof, it was hard to read his real intentions, but it is thought that he took an interest in this former master's daughter, Cha-Cha. Yeah, both of these guys are perving on Cha-Cha, apparently. If you choose to read the interest thing in a sexual way. Oh, man. I must have lost track of the time. Okay, well, I'm going to have to split this one after the fact, which means I got another 15 minutes to go. Shoot. I thought it was time to call it a video, but it looks like I'm about 15 minutes late calling it a video, so we're going to have a post-split video here. And, the whole thing with the his face being partially covered and his very, fair complexion is a reference to the fact that I think the historical figure was supposed to have had leprosy. But the game doesn't seem to be referring to it directly. No, not at all, although I did imagine a slightly more austere, strict atmosphere. It all stems from Lord Hideyoshi. You know what he's like now. So if I were you, I'd relax a little. Even though Takatoro over there just got done telling us that everybody has to be extremely careful. And we got our 6 Sanada coins, so that's cool. Perhaps I should write down chronicles about the Toyotomi retainers. No hereditary vassals of his own. Ardently believed in Hideyoshi, but also knew the group would not be possible without him. What they're referencing is the fact that quite a few of these guys are on opposite sides of... Well, there's only 2 sides at Sekigahara, but all these guys who are unified right now, several of them are going to be fighting against Mitsunari come Sekigahara. Well, I should always start with metal, because if... You shouldn't have. Because if we have the good fortune for it to be metal that the guy wants, that's cheap. I hope it's not vegetables. I haven't been bothering with the planting stuff minigame, so I don't have a lot of vegetables. No, he likes weird treasures. So this category of stuff is considered the unknown. It's very stylish, I believe we can be close friends, you and me. God damn it. I should have given him one more. He gives us Dandelion. So we're going to befriend everybody. And we haven't done this yet with Hideyoshi, but pretty much everyone else. I'm leaving Cha-Cha in your hands. Yukimura, I've got someone I want you to meet. Come with me. Oh, I think we were going to meet Nene now. Yes, my lord. I've already met Nene and given her lots of gifts. She's actually agreed to go on exploration trips with me. That's great. Nene, this here's Yukimura. You've met him before, I believe. I really should have looked up. It's a really famous R&B song. R&B is not really my musical genre. But something pop you Nene. Like Zerfal always references it, and he always cracks me up because I don't think he even remembers or knows that Nene is a major character in Samurai Warriors. But the name pops up in some of his LPs that are from Japan games. Jeez. They really just went ahead and went all out with Nene's chest, didn't they? I have, but he has grown so much since then. I must thank you again for what you did. I'm going to talk exactly like Kunoichi because pretty much I replaced Kunoichi and then they decided to bring her back. Yeah. It is I who must thank you. I had no idea you were Lord Hideyoshi's wife. That's right. She's my pride and joy. And, when she's not around, I find other prides and other joys, if you know what I mean. Oh, you're such a flatterer. Lord Hideyoshi, may I ask you a question? And could you get your wife out of here before I ask it? Because it's kind of weird. Well, what is it? Ask me anything you like. Well, what's your deal with Korea? Why is it the Lady Cha-Cha is here? Is she related to you? No, that, he starts doing the whole loosening his collar thing while sweating, Yeah, the thing is, I like to have sex with her when Nene's not around. No. Well, I mean, he is... His authority stems from the fact that he avenged Nobunaga. So, yeah, he's probably has to take care of these female members of his family.
I suppose we never had a chance to explain at the time, did we?
I suppose. Cha-Cha's the daughter of Master Nagamasa Azai and Lady Oichi. In other words, she's Lord Nobunaga's niece. I guess the fact that we've been reading the character bios doesn't mean that Yukimura has this information. Really? So that means that she's the demon princess. Yes, her father was slain by Lord Nobunaga, and she returned to the Oda clan together with her mother. Yeah, that is pretty messed up. Lady Oichi then married Master Katsui Shibata, and he was slain by, well, by me. I did it personally, and I enjoyed it. That's kind of fucked up, sir.
Lady Oichi said she wanted Cha-Cha to survive, and asked us to look after her. But then she died in one-on-one throwdown with me. She was like, will you take care of my daughter, assuming you can defeat me? And then she went into, like, full-on Musou mode, but I was able to defeat her anyway.
I understand. It's pretty messed up. I couldn't save Lady Oichi. The least I could do to atone for that is to bring happiness to Cha-Cha. Happiness using my penis. Not that I have the right to do any such thing.
My dear.
Yeah, the joke in Samurai Warriors 2 about Cha-Cha as a courtesan, I don't know historically. Like, Hideyoshi had a reputation. Like, it was not unusual at the time for a powerful man to have multiple, like a primary wife and maybe secondary wives and courtesans and whatever. But they definitely, in an earlier game where Cha-Cha was not a character whose backstory was important or explored, joked about Hideyoshi just like getting it on with young courtesans. And in this game, that would be entirely inappropriate. No, I'm so sad. Now JG has to look and see how much time is left in this video. Okay, about 6 minutes. Alright. I really gotta mess this up.
I believe that Cha-Cha showed herself before because she wanted to see you, Yukimura. I know she came out and acted like a bitch, but that's just kind of her way.
She wanted to see me, but I am nobody. All I've done is defeated thousands of men in battle and proven myself to be one of the greatest warriors of all time.
You must try and spend some time with her. She needs a friend.
I'm gonna have any battles in this chapter? Of course. I had no idea she'd been through so much. She's in a difficult position indeed. I suppose that is why she seems to be so tense.
What a good little child.
Taller than you are, lady. I'm counting on you to take care of Cha-Cha. Sure.
But you've grown up into such a wonderful man, Yukimura. That's what happens when you do as you're told. What a good boy.
Okay, so she is Hideyoshi Toyotomi's wife. Her endless cheer and motherly nature helped support the Toyotomi clan. It was her goal to make her family constantly feel at home, and she thought of the clan's retainers as her own children. As a result, she treated any type of disagreement among her clan as akin to a children's squabble. Naturally, she was well trusted by her husband, and was viewed as a mother-like figure by the clan's retainers, but she tended to avoid interfering in political matters despite her seemingly nosy nature. She studied the art of ninjutsu, often helping Hideyoshi in battle. Oh, and I see that you haven't changed a bit, Lady Nene. Like, literally, the same character model. Yep. They definitely don't bother to make multiple character models for all these characters that are different ages. Yes, because Yukimura would have been a boy during some of these events that played out. So they don't bother to have, like, young Nene and upper middle-aged Nene. They just have, you're either a child or you're an adult, except for Mazuyuki. I believe Yukimura will actually get, because we've seen from the title screen, there's clearly a third Yukimura character model coming. And Nobuyuki might get one too. I don't think anyone else will get 3. The Tosa Diary? What the hell are you talking about? It's Lady Cha-Cha. When do we get to give you gifts? Oh, I never talked to Toshiie. Nothing to report. So you're Yukimura. So you're Yukimura Sanada. I like the cut of your jib. Toshiie Maeda, retainer of the Oda clan, Kaiji Maeda's uncle. since he was young. He served alongside Nobunaga Oda. He was a formidable warrior, his skills with the spear earning him high praise. He aided Katsuie Shibata, who was in charge of the Hokuriku region, but as a result, it would put him in a position where he was at odds with his close friend Hideyoshi Hashiba following the incident at Hinoji. After much deliberation, he chose to side with Hideyoshi, where he served as one of his most valuable retainers. His sense of duty and moral obligation, along with his exploits in battle, led many officers of the military factions, such as Kiyomasa Kato, to place great trust in him. Yeah, he's introduced in Samurai Warriors 2 Empires, Extreme Legends is playable, and his Muso story basically has Katsuie kicking him out when Katsuie knows that he's doomed. Which, considering that in Extreme Legends, Katsuie is also playable and becomes this kind of dignified samurai character, and in the non-Extreme Legends version of Samurai Warriors 2, Katsuie is just kind of a brutish moron. So that was like a big change of character. I'm Toshie Maeda. Nice to meet you. Master Toshie Maeda, the famed spearman. It is an honor to make your acquaintance. I'm going to be more famous for my spear work than you are, but not yet. Oh, leave it out. You'll make me blush. I do appreciate the thought, but apparently not that much. Maybe you're a fish man. One of the programmers on Mega Man 2. See, sometimes the warrior types are into metals, which is nice because they're really cheap to give away as gifts. Maybe he's a flower child. No, he likes vegetables. The vegetable lover guys have become a pain in my ass because I have not been keeping up with doing the stupid vegetable planting minigame. For me, really? That must have set you back, no? Wow, cucumber. That's really expensive. He loves the cucumbers. And we got some apples. And we got a vivid yellow crystal. Are there other people here that we should be meeting? I feel like we really could just keep advancing the story. Well, there's Cha-Cha. That will advance the story. But now that we randomly bumped into Toshie with no indication that going over there was going to be worth a damn, I kind of feel like we should be giving the town a quick once-over before we continue in case we miss something. Just heading for blue blips on the map. There's one over here, but I think this was just a town person. Yeah. Ah, I'm an ordinary townsfolk. That is a reference to Spontaneous Nation. That series had like probably 100+ episodes. There's like a half dozen episodes I remember really, really well. There's 50+ episodes I never listened to. And I'll pull references out of that the actual improvisers who were involved in the show would not recognize. Mazuyuki again? How much power does the Toyotomi have? Do not worry about me. You must observe Osaka closely. You must keep an eye on the goings-on here in the heart of the land. Yes, Father. Oh no. I mean, oh no. Alright, whatever. I guess we've done our exploration. So when we come back next time, I'm thinking there's at least one act I thought I read somewhere that has no battles, and I guess this is it. So when we come back next time, our desperate efforts to get something happening will involve talking to Cha-Cha. And I'm going to have to try to remember to split this video in two because we've gone over an hour. Catch you guys next time.